pit stop in the DMV, where I had an opportunity to speak with founder and head coach of the Maryland Heat, associate head coach of the St. John's Cadets, and an FBU national championship winning coach, Terrence Byrd. Byrd, it's very good to have you on this show. Obviously, you and I have been speaking for years and years now. Speaking of years, here's what I want to talk to you about. Over the span of the last 5 years or so, the youth football landscape has completely changed. I mean, we have gone from people wearing 5-year-old jerseys and whatnot to there being national schedules and national sponsors and all of this pressure. That can obviously be good for student athletes, but it doesn't come without its disadvantages also. What are the pros and cons to where you have helped to move youth football across the nation?
I guess I'll start with the positives, Chad. The positives, I think, are a whole lot easier to identify if you've looked at, just the past 2 years on how, the kids that have played at that level of competition and went into high school prepared. It's shown by receiving a high level of competition and practice and then going out and competing on a national level. They're more prepared for the big games in high school. You don't have to go back too far. Just last year, I mean, we had, 2 quarterbacks, go and start on their respective high school varsity teams. So the preparation and the level of challenge and commitment that it takes really just prepares them for the next phase of their athletic career.
You've had some classic battles with a few of the squads that you've mentioned. Some of them that I've seen you have battles with GFL. I've seen you have battles with the Atlanta Ducks. Of course, the OG Ducks as well. Talk to me about the difference as people begin to speak about, coast to coast football. What are the differences for you in preparing for a team down South Georgia, Florida, to comparing to a team out west, whether it's the Ducks or Vegas Strong, etc.?
It's funny because there are, major differences based on the region. I mean, from my time with the GFL, when we were doing Team Maryland, those were some classic battles. I mean, Trevor Lawrence played in a couple of those games. I mean, we played some amazing talent. I think Georgia, they just have phenomenal athletes, and they have, great coaches and trainers down there, so they're prepared. But I just feel like they have really big athletic football players in Georgia. So they're always a challenge. Florida, is always going to represent speed, and you see some of the fastest teams you can play against out of Florida. And California, they have some unique passing concepts because they do a lot of 7-on-7. So preparing your secondary to face them and teaching the boys coverage is always a challenge. And Cali just has this laid-back demeanor, Chad, to be honest with you, that it doesn't mesh well with the DMV. We're kind of an intense, hype area. So we've learned to adjust a little bit to the laid-back style of Cali. So and Las Vegas is very similar. So we're looking forward to playing the West Coast this year.
As we take a look at again, yourself and the Maryland Heat, the Southern Maryland Heat, the organization as a whole that you built here in the DMV, you've had some of the top premier student athletes who are now playing off in colleges and starring, who have come through your program. If you look at this, I know I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but if you look at it, who is the single most naturally talented, not the best, not who's going to succeed the most, but who is the most naturally talented student athlete, in your opinion, that has come through your program?
Oh, yeah, you really going to put me on the spot with that one.
Put you on the hot seat here, Byrd.
That is a great question. And I think maybe in my first time in 5 years of knowing you that I might have to punt. But I will say this. I will say this. We've been blessed and I'm gonna say this in a different way. So
Sure.
I just took the boys out to train with Cam Spence today. So
Yeah.
Cam's doing some training. He just graduated from Maryland. Squills graduated from Maryland with 2 degrees. We got guys that have graduated and training now. That graduated from Harvard. We have guys that have every Ivy League school on their line. We have guys at Alabama, Georgia. So I say this to say success is a relative term, because it's not just football. Like, we've had some guys that have earned 2 degrees, some guys that have earned their degrees from Ivy League schools, and we've had some guys that are playing in the NFL. So I think that I just love to see them all, be as successful in whatever endeavor and whatever route they want to go.
Terrence Byrd, thank you very much for rolling with us on the Road Show.
Thank you.